Well, hello there, and welcome back with me, Adam H, with another video. So, what we're doing today? Well, it's a treat. We're on that Train Sim World 5, and we're on Teams Valley. It's an old DLC from one of the previous ones. So, we're in this. We've got a few jobs to do, so we're going to get on with it. First of all, open the cab door. We're going to jump in and we're going to get ready. Right, what's it telling us to do now? Switch the master key to on. That's wipers. It's giving us loads of so that's a forward. Release that. Give it a little bit of go-go juice. This wonderful Class 37. Take that brake off, it helps. Also nice to be using, I think it's the Thrustmaster, whatever, the rail driver simulator controls, which is so wonderful. You actually feel like you're driving the train as you would be in real life. It's the only difference being that they're not set where they normally are, obviously in the Class 37. So what's it want to do there? So we're gonna get onto our map. Not map. Yeah, we're there. And, we need to stand up. We need to. I forgot how to open the maps. It's been that long. Oh, we need to change them. Always head down. There. Two as well. Sticker in reverse. 2. So moving. Normally you would change ends. So you can see if we really wanted to, we could do that. So we can cheat, we can see. They sound really nice when they're flashing. No, what we can say is flash. The flash and the rev of the engine. I've been actually lucky to be on board a Class 37 where it were driving. So it were it's a good experience from the front. To actually hear it from the inside and see what's going on. Not only as a second man light, but is a very long track because this is used obviously back in the heyday of coal. This was one of the primary routes of coal being shipped into the country and out. We're at Tees Valley. You really want us to come really far down here. Yeah, because that's where the switch point is. I thought it up there for a moment, but that's going on to a different line. This is why you always double check where you're going. So you know you're not going wrong. So we're looking at view. So we need to go and change the point so we can go and recouple up to the wagons so we can start to load up the coal. Nope. Rookie mistake. We'll try again. Put it in forward, it helps. You're not going anywhere, you're going the wrong way. And obviously when we start to fill the wagons up, we can't go too fast because obviously we need to load all the wagons up to make sure all the load is spread evenly, so it reduces the wear on the axles. So the thing is, with all this, you've got to think of how many people this used to employ here in the UK when these operations like these were in full force, and to what it is now. There's a lot of people obviously lost their jobs because of how the industry changed. Honestly, one step ahead of them. So for this manoeuvre, not too fast because we don't want to hit them too hard so we don't cause a derailment. Maybe a little bit too soft there. We stopped. So just nice and steady, give them a little kiss with the buffers. There we go. You won't literally jump out like that. You break your neck. There we go. All coupled and coupled. That doesn't even look coupled to me. That's coupled. There we go. Right, so we need to change ends. We're certainly not doing this incorrect way this time. We're going to do it properly. Take the key off. Indicators on. There we go. Off. That's better. Jump out the seat. You know what? We'll do it properly how we should do it. Climb down the stairs properly. I don't even know what number this is. What number is it? Doesn't say. Oh, it's there, wasn't it? What number is it? 506. Up we go. Sit back in the driver's seat. The throttle. We don't want the throttle on. Master key in. Forwards. No. There. Bear with us. I forgot to properly shut down that one. There we go. Just leave that door open for now. Potentially a warm day, so we'll let it cool. There's engine only. Okay. Set speed control to 1 miles per hour. There we go. Forward and off we go. So this won't let us go faster. 1 mile per hour. That's quite a unique system there. In these, especially given the times when they were made. Quite advanced technology at the time, because you're thinking that this is like cruise control or your speed limiter in your cars or your trucks and stuff. Were designed all the way back when they made 37s. So it's very nice and steady. We don't literally take our hands off the controls and drive the train. So we're not having to do alt really. We just nicely trundle to fill the ore cars up here. Can we move up? Oh, don't touch any of the controls. There we go. Nice if we had a free camera. Do we? No. Oh, there we go. Is this a free camera? No, we don't have a free camera. No what? So you can see it always used to be quite a long process of loading these trains up to actually move the ore or the products that they are moving. You know, we probably could go a little bit faster than this to get them to the filling plant, which is in here. You'll see all. You'll see momentarily once we get under there, under these hoppers. We'll start loading these wagons up. We've got quite a few to load up here. There's all this had to have good communications between all the crew, of all the people involved. So there we go. We can start loading them up. It's just nice and steady. It's giving an even load of the coal across the whole volume of the wagon. I had to think then. They will have had specific names for them. I never can remember the correct name for the coal wagons and of all the different wagons that obviously British Rail and that they made and all the other companies before they were nationalised. They've all had different names and stuff for calling the wagons. As you can see, right at the back of the train, we haven't even reached the moment when we're getting in yet. We're not even halfway yet. Now, if you thought back, thinking about this in more modern day and age, if we're still using coal and doing stuff like this, they probably still will load wagons like this. But no, nowadays it's all radios telling them, yeah, keep going, 50% full or something like that. And all the madcoms, the cameras, that you can see how full the wagons are getting. Be even better if the driver could see it all, but does the driver really need to see? Be nice, so he knows what's what. But most of the time, it is relayed by radios for shunting and all that. You could say, why didn't you just push the wagons through here, like to shunt them, push them backwards? Yeah, you probably can, but it increases the chance of derailment because you're pushing wagons and increased chance. It's not, it's not gonna derail. It might, but it just increases them chances of a derailment, and which no one wants a derailment. So just pulling them, especially when they're getting heavy. It's easier to pull than push, and safer, a lot safer. So you could have a shunter or a pilotman. In railway terms, the shunter is the person on the ground, and the person on the ground is in charge, not the train driver, not the pilot. They're not in charge. The person on the ground is always on charge when you're shunting in train terms. Everyone seems to think the shunter is the locomotive. You should normally apply your class away. It is a shunter, but we always go and fire up. Yeah, go and fire up the shunter and the pilot. So that's what basically the engine is. It's a pilot. The driver's coming in and piloting the shunter, but he's not in overall control. Man on the other end is. You can see in that wagon it's nicely piled up. Some more here. And we're moving on to the final wagon now. And all in that time we were seeing this. That's all we know. Until we hear a call, yeah, you're full, good to go. Alright, he wants a loco brake, which this is air brake stock. You would normally be using the train brake, not the loco. Because then you have full control all over the set. Give a blast of the horn just to give everyone to make them aware that we're about to move a bit faster from 1 mile per hour. So all the speed limits vary, just depends on where you are in the yard. So yet again, everyone's safety. So we are fitted stock, which means we are fitted with fully fitted with all the brakes, so that each wagon has its own brakes on it. If it was unfitted, it means all the wagons don't have brakes. It's all on the engine or the locomotive. So let them cross in there. So it's standard to sound your hooter on the horn. As soon as we get out of this yard, we'll have to put some power down and get up to speed. Let's get to Tees Valley Yard, where this train is destined for. So now we are pulling load, so it is going to take a little bit more strain on the engine. But no to trouble a Class 37. They were that good when they first come out, they're still running today. So many years later. Because the modern diesels can't cope with it, can't do some work where the 37s still can. Just shows you how the Class 37s was a really good design. And how powerful they are. So it looks like we've got a red signal coming up. You probably won't be able to see because my picture's over there, where all the XP and distance to the next signal shows. Looks actually a bit of a realistic if you can't see that. Got another crossing coming up. You can let people know that we're coming. Although they should be able to see us. They know what people are like nowadays. Only because they can see you coming, doesn't mean they wrap them across. You've always got to be on the ball. So there we go, we can see the signal coming up now. He's on red. Yeah, got some. So we will be stopping if we had all singing and dancing AWS all switched on. It would be blaring at any minute when we go over there. The GSMR or AWS thingy, TPO. Hopefully, we can keep it going. We're going to let us through. The answer's no. The signal is not going to let us keep rolling. So it looks like we are going to have to wait here for a little bit while the signal lets us come through. While it does that, we're going to turn around and see if we can turn on the GSMR unit. Just remember how to do it on it. That. Is it green? Nope. You watch, I'll stand up and it'll go on. You always can guarantee it. Cabby, handbrake. Come on, GSMR. Where's the switch for the GSMR? Normal. Handbrake stop. Normally is that. I've still got a red light, man. What's the signal I'm playing at here? Oh, here we go. Oh, there we go. Anyway, meh. We've got a green light. We must go. Oh, it's supposed to be a bit of wheel slip there. Probably because it went full throttle. Now, let it gain its speed nice and gently, not full throttle in it. It won't work. It was slick. We're going to get it back down to 10 because it's still 10 miles per hour for another bit. Then fun bit, see if we can get up to 40 miles per hour. Yeah, or even 60. I doubt that we will. Be nice. Got green on the next signal. Just like free roll. Oh, let's wasting any diesel. There we go, there's the sign saying it's going to be changing up to 40. Always some reason it takes a couple of seconds for it to register the speed change on the speedometer down at the bottom right for some reason. But it's not about half a train width, then it registers. Come on, it's 40. There we go. Start increasing the speed and give it some power. A bit of thrash, shall we? A little bit before the 25. Obviously going over on the points, the facing points. Nope, there you go. We're holding up a passenger service here. So we're cutting across the lines to get onto the correct side. Now, if we'd it all switched on, that would have gone ping with the GSMR, but it's not done. There you go, 60. We can open it up. Let's increase the revs nice and gently, just so it gets a bit more speed. And we'll get going. Yeah, there we go. I get a good flash out of it now. There we go. Sound outside. Obviously, the driver's job is to keep an eye on that track. Can be quite tedious job. So what you're seeing is looking forward, looking at your signals, making sure nothing's going to jump in out or out of the ordinary. Keeping that speed to the correct speed limits. Which I don't think we'll be too worried about going over speed, especially on these parts, because we are a freight service and we are heavy because we are full of laden with coal. Going through a station, just let everyone else step back. Just going to throw the engine off now. It's a yellow signal. We don't want to gain any more speed because the next signal is going to be at red. I'm going to start slowing it down. Because I know this next signal that we are going to come to is going to be Nichols. Go on. Go on. Go on. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Go on. Go on. There we go. It's gone to your master plan there. So we kept it rolling. But we did a bit of too much of a good job to slow it down. Yet again, the next signal is out to yellow, so we're not going to go get our full speed up because the next signal is going to be at red. There is only a 3 aspect signal, which I believe it is going to be a passenger service that we are stuck behind, which is also going to be stopping at every single station. On these people who are stood a bit closer to the edge. And so we're still unaware what the next signal is at. We can't quite see it yet. Once we see it, we know what we're doing. We can put power down if we need to, or we can keep coasting. So we've got a bit of power. It's yellow again. So yet again, we don't want to gain too much speed now. If it obviously was green, we would start putting a bit more power down just to get that a little bit more faster. To try and keep up the service so we're not holding anyone up. Especially being a freight service, we tend to get kicked into sidings to make way for passenger services. Just going to start applying a little bit of brake here, just to be on the cautious side. Red. Go on. It would go to yellow when we near enough stop for the red. Typical. Go on. Go on. Get the power down. There we go. Yellow on a feather, which means we are deviating off the main route and we're going to the right. Yet again, I don't want to be going too fast. So that was a yellow, and if we are deviating, which means we are going to be going through a set of points, which we'll have to lower the speed. So we are going to be going through Middlesbrough. The next location that we're going via is Middlesbrough. nice and steady. The points, and we are going to be changing. They are facing, so nice and steady. Not too slow because we are holding up a service up there, as you can see in the distance. Wanting to come into the platform. So we'll try and keep out the way, but obviously we are restricted to 15 miles per hour at the moment while we're crossing over these points. Okay, it's 20 miles per hour now. Then let that passenger train come into the station. Except being ever so kindly waiting patiently. We had no choice, it was stuck on a red light. There we go, it's been cleared. The back of our train has cleared the track circuit and identified it as safe for that to move. That's how the signals see where all the trains are, by the track circuit. Each section has a bit of a track circuit. I can't remember if it's short circuit. Is it short circuit's the circuit where the train drives over it, or creates a circuit? It's one of the two. It breaks it or creates a circuit and says where it is, sends it back to the signal box. Each section or track circuit is between two signals. That's why they'll always change the red to yellow to green. So from one signal to the next, if it's green, there's nothing in that track circuit. If there's yellow, there's something been in that track circuit recently. And if it's obviously red, there's something within that track circuit between that signal and the next one. Slow it down there a little bit, getting a bit carried away there. We are coming into the station, so I don't want to be going too fast into a station anyway, so slow it down a little bit. Well, we're bypassing the station on the passing lines, passing freight lines. So we don't have to disturb the passenger service trains. We've got a red light at all. Let's get a little bit closer to this red light. Oh, the signal gives us the yellow. No, the road must not be clear for us. There we go. So we've got another 2.5 miles to go until we reach our destination at the Tees Yard. something therapeutic about the joints in the rail and just dun 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 dun. Hopefully we can go a bit faster than 20 miles per hour soon, hopefully. But we are in a bit of a built-up area in a busy section of the railway. We've got a green light. That is good. We like green lights. Oh, look at that, another green light. Marvellous. Thankfully we're on level ground, so we're not having to work the engine hard. We just have to keep giving it little bits of bursts of power just to keep the momentum going. So obviously gravity's slowing it down a little bit on the straights, but not too bad as it if we're going uphill. Green for 2. That would not be green for a platform 2, but it must be green for siding 2. Because we are going into sidings, which means the speed limit will be dropping down to about 15 to 10 miles per hour. So we don't want to really be putting any more power down now. We just want to let it go, slow itself down a little bit. There we are, another train coming out, another freight train leaving. We've got some class 20s. I think they're 20s. Ooh. Coming out of the steelworks at Middlesbrough. I used to know some people from up there. Used to be some of the engineers who used to maintain the trains up there. You saw the shunters they had in the British Steel Yard to obviously shunt the wagons around to move all the products around the site. Which is a shame that they've all they closed the plant up there. They weren't biggest plant yet again. Now we've only got a handful of steel plants left here in the UK. I think we managed to save Scunthorpe, I think it was Scunthorpe. Yeah. So we don't have to ship it in from abroad. Which you get why they're trying to shut them down and reduce the pollution. Because obviously to make steel and smelt it, you've got to have the furnaces really hot. And the only reliable source to get the furnaces to be hot was coal. So they have to burn coal to get the desired temperature to be able to smelt the steel. So obviously the UK government wanted to go green, but yet again it was the government who saved it, so I think it was the actual owners who wanted to close the plant down, but the government stepped in. Only one good thing that the government's done recently is save that, but that's another topic. Stay out of politics. So surely it's more eco-friendly to make it in the country, not ship it in, because you're paying shipping costs and everything. You've obviously got the ship that's burning crude oil, which is heavy and thick oil. So surely it's a bit better to make it in there, and we're not pumping not just fumes from crude oil, not heavy fuel like we're going to class it as. A lot of the ships burn. Like numerous ships burn. Also, we're in Ireland, so we've got to ship so much stuff in, so it's what it is, but if we can reduce it, we have stuff made in this country. Employs people at the end of the day. If it's being made in the country, keeps people in jobs instead of outsourcing it, which people lose into the jobs. Me, sticker is what wearing out. There we go, we're nearly there. 600 yards near enough off our final destination where we're dropping this cargo. I've seen the sidings here. Then you've got the TMD, MPD, if you want to call it, traction motive power, or motive power department. They call TMDs out there in the diesel terms. MPDs when they were steam, if I'm remembering correctly. So give us some power so we can keep going. Come on. Keep rolling. We're nearly there. Don't give in yet. Go on. You see all the empty wagons waiting to go back. And the final product from the steelworks. waiting to go out where it's going. There we go. Cool Holler. That was the name of the scenario. We got gold for that, for all the hard work that we've done. Marvellous. Oh, thank you for watching. If you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It would be much appreciated. Liking just shows me that you're liking the videos and enjoying them. Gives me a bit of a boost to keep making them. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.